So what do you think went well in the lesson?
I think that I completed my objectives. Like I wanted, like the goals that I had, I did them.
Like
Um,
to review?
so
Like
like,
to review?
yeah, I mean, well, my objective was to review counting to 40 and review upper and lowercase letters by playing a game. Um, and I don't know, I liked the voting, and then I liked that like Rebecca shared at the end. I've done something different with my KGs recently where like almost the whole class I have them keep their microphones on. Because I've noticed, yeah, I have one student who has a sibling, so sometimes I turn his microphone off, and it actually like isn't helpful for him because he's one of my attention problem students. But anyway, other than him, I pretty much more recently I have them keep their microphones on because I have them do like a lot of repeating, and the whole like I want to ask questions, and it like takes forever to be like, oh, turn your microphone on. So instead, I'm just like, okay, raise your hand, and then I pick someone and I don't have to ask, and that takes away like some of the time. But also for like repeating activities, so especially like when we're playing the games or like going through PowerPoints and I want everybody to repeat and only one student or a few students has their microphone on, I notice that especially my students who have problems with attention, they're not doing it. And
Yeah.
I see that your lips aren't moving. I see that your lips aren't moving. I should see everyone's lips moving. So now, and I literally too, like when I keep the microphone on too, I like that the class is kind of an open dialogue. Like the students, like, I mean, they do raise their hand, but I do kind of want to be a more lax teacher. Like I don't want to be like, oh, you have to raise your hand for every single time you need to speak. So like I kind of remind them when I want them to raise their hand, like, please raise your hand, or if I want them to call out, I say you don't need to raise your hand, just call it out. So we do a lot of answering like that too, where I'm just like, if you know the answer, say it. And then I know all of their voices by now too. Like it's cool because even if I don't see all of them, one of them would be like, teacher, I know the answer. And I'll know who it is because I know their voices. So I'll be like, okay, Kara, go ahead. So, I mean, that lesson was 3 weeks ago, but I definitely feel like even since then, like, just like learning about the students and like figuring out how I want to do Zoom is, I'm learning.
Yeah, it was, oh, I know. I mean, and we all are. I mean, totally. I just had some suggestions. I really liked, what did I like? Having them sound it out, you know, repeat after me, because that's what they need. Otherwise, they won't really do that. Let's see. Brain. When you are doing an activity, I would get rid of the names. Get rid of the names. It took too much time away where they're just kind of sitting there. And it might be good to pull out the whatever it is. Now you have all their attention, and then you say, okay, Kinsey, where it's like, whoa. So they all have to be at attention. If you pull their name out first, everybody can check out because now it's this kid's turn. But if you pull up the thing first and then say, call on them, then they all have to be at attention. I would have picked the pace a little bit because it was very slow. And I also, oh, I know what I was going to say. It was loud. really loud for, I have this thing that I'm really worried about, you know, if I have students that are, it's really loud, I don't want to interfere with everybody's learning. So I always keep everybody quiet, muted. And then we just taught them mute, unmute, mute, unmute. And
My
so,
students,
but I do have them raise their.
yeah, my students
The,
know how to do it,
my
but
kids only.
yeah, my students know how to do it, but for the game, like to pick up the pace, that would have been bringing the pace down. But I do like probably
Yeah.
doing like the prompt first.